So of course,
say something real quick.
Hello?
Cool. All right, so I got to turn her up a little bit.
how do you feel? You okay?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
You threw a bomb at me.
Yeah. So I'm working on how to send out an email to let everybody know what's gonna happen when they in the studio, so that it's not a surprise. But surprise.
We ready?
Yeah.
You guys are ready? Let's go.
Hello. It's showtime at the Apollo. No, I'm just kidding. I hope this juice works,
Here we go.
It's strong. Oh, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Tuesday at 6 o'clock, so you know what that means. We have an appointment together here at Coffee with Keena. So, it's pretty nice out these days, and I'm hoping that things progress in a positive way. And as you know, as the listeners, for the month of April, what we're working on is women in wellness. And many of the guest speakers are involved in businesses that relate to doing better, being better, health-wise, skin-wise, hair-wise. Listen, whatever you need, that's our goal, right? And the goal is to provide as much information to the listeners to say, hey, this is who we are, this is what we're offering, and it's only to provide information, okay? So, I have a really cool guest speaker today. Why are you laughing? Okay.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, see? All right. So the guest speaker today is Gloria. And I met Gloria through the Bible study at church. And we kicked off. We had a really good time and conversation. Gloria would even find time, even if she was bathing her baby, to tune in for Bible study. Like, everyone knows you. If it wasn't for your name, they know, oh, it's the woman that was bathing her baby during Bible study. Yes.
Please put that on mute.
That's exactly what happened. And so, so a little bit about the Bible study. Bible study was about entrepreneurship and faith. And how we all met or came together were individuals who were entrepreneurs, either currently entrepreneurs, looking to be entrepreneurs, looking to build their business, and how it related to our faiths. Well, what ended up happening is we built relationships in the middle of this study as well. And so I built a little bit of a relationship with Gloria. But I will tell you this, some of the answers to these questions she might have, I don't know the answers to. So we're both going to learn about Gloria today. Hi, Gloria.
Hello.
All right, so you ready, Gloria?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, deal. So the first question is, I'm trying to get to know you a little better as well as the listeners, okay?
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about who you are. Where did you grow up? Where did you grow up?
Yeah. I grew up here in Michigan in a little town called St. Clair. And I went to school at Western Michigan University.
Okay.
And then I did graduate school at Emory in Atlanta. And so I lived down there for 12 years, and my husband and I and our son Owen just moved back up here in July of last year.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I'm home and I'm happy.
Yeah, I noticed you have this little bit of accent. Where's that from?
And maybe getting rid of my Michigan accent. I don't know.
Okay, so where did you live before you moved back?
In Atlanta.
Okay. And so in the city of Atlanta or the suburbs?
It was just northwest, 20 minutes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, but see, my understanding is that Atlanta is like a bigger city, but you have almost like a country accent.
I don't know.
Okay. All right, fair. Okay. And so, what made you move back to Michigan?
My family.
Yeah.
My entire family lives here. We wanted the support system with Owen, my son. And I have a nephew who's a year older than him, and we want them to grow up together.
Mm-hmm.
So we did it.
Okay, all right. And how long were you in Atlanta for?
12 years.
Really?
Yes.
Did you like it?
I liked it at the time.
Okay.
When we moved back, I was ready.
Really?
Yes.
What did you do in Atlanta?
I'm an anesthesia PA.
What does that mean?
So, if you're familiar with CRNAs, no. Okay. Anesthesiologist.
Okay.
Yes. So, I'm a physician assistant under an anesthesiologist, and I provide anesthesia.
Oh. So you
Yes.
actually help administer the anesthesia for someone that's about to go into surgery.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Really?
I still go down there once a month and work.
To Atlanta?
Yes.
Currently?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we should say we should feel safe with you because you'd be the person that we'd see last before we counted down, right?
That's right.
And then before you go into surgery. All right. Okay. And so let's talk a little bit about your husband. What does he do?
He's a nurse. So he also works in the operating room. In Atlanta, he's what you call the circulating nurse. So he would get everything that the doctors would need during surgery, kind of got the patients before surgery and brought them to the room, just stayed with them. And now he is first assisting, which means he scrubs in with the doctors and he actually helps them with their surgery.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's pretty darn sweet. Are you jealous?
I
No.
like my spot behind the curtain. I can watch all my monitors, watch the patient.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay, so how did you get into anesthesia?
I wanted to do something in medicine, and I looked into medical schools, and I just didn't want to spend the time with residency. I figured
Okay.
there has to be something else that I can do. And I ended up taking the MCAT just because I had already signed up for it and
Really?
spent the money on it. So I took it, and I ended up getting information from Emory about their program from, I guess they got my name from the MCAT service.
Oh, wow.
So that's the only way I found out about them.
Wow.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
thought, this sounds really cool. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
And everything just fell into place.
Oh, wow. Did you know anyone else that was doing that type of work?
No.
No family member.
No.
Okay. Did you have any family members like in the medical field though?
No. I was the first person in my family to go to college.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So
Even though you were from St. Clair Shores?
St. Clair.
St. Clair, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
And
Everybody does
hey,
that.
I'm still trying to learn the whole Metro Detroit thing. That's a lot going on. And so how was that? Like, how did that feel? Being the first? Wow.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't feel like, oh, this is a weight on my shoulders,
Okay.
or I have to live up to something. It was just, it was what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't use it to your benefit? Like I would apply to scholarships just because it was like, if you're the first in your family, yep, that's me. Okay, so I fill out this form. Yep, I fill out this form. You never use it for your advantage either?
No,
Really?
really.
Okay, so what made you go to college? What pushed you?
I wanted to go do something in the medical field.
Mm-hmm.
I always knew that in high school, and that's what pushed me.
Mm-hmm. Did you take any classes in high school or anything like that?
Specific?
Yeah.
No, I just did all the regular stuff. I mean, I liked my science classes and was interested in biology.
So you didn't have
ran
like
with it.
a dream or something? Like where did you find your passion in medicine or the medical field?
That's a good question because I don't remember.
Oh, wow.
I just remember signing up at college and saying, yes, this is what I'm going to do. And that's what I did.
And that's it.
And that's it.
And you just followed the plan.
I followed the plan.
Holy
And while I
smokes.
was in college, I volunteered at the hospitals and I was a nurse's aide. But getting to that point, just did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds like my story. That's why I'm kind of shocked.
Really?
Yeah, I just had one plan. It was plan A, and that was it. And I was
Yeah.
going to do everything to get to plan A, which
Yes.
was to become a lawyer, right? And that's what happened.
Yes.
And so when people are asking, like, well, what was it? There's not much of a response. It's like, well, it was just the plan.
Right.
And there wasn't any curveballs or any things that really distracted me from that plan. Did you have distractions?
No.
See? Okay, well, so since you didn't have any distractions, now that you are married, how did you guys meet then? Because you
at
met.
work.
Okay, so you met after school was over.
Yes. When
Okay.
I moved down to Atlanta. My husband's from there.
Oh.
Yes. So we
And-
worked at the same hospital.
Uh-huh.
And we kind of got set up by one of the other nurses.
And how was your first date? What was that like?
It was good.
Uh-huh.
We went to this seafood restaurant, and he was a gentleman. He opened the doors. He was polite. Picked me up. Nothing unusual.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing freaky.
I hope not on the first night. Jeez, Gloria, we were just talking about Bible
Well, I
study.
wasn't really going that far. But
I'm just kidding.
Y'all
Okay,
crazy.
so how many days would you say you went on before you realized, okay, this might be someone I'm actually interested in?
I think because we went out like every single day for like a week,
Okay,
so that was probably it. Like, yeah, I'm really into you.
really?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened after that? A week of dating every day? Like, I'd have been like, I'm so exhausted with you.
Like, you could go hiking, you had day dates. It wasn't necessarily like an all day affair,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, we dated for a while. I don't know. I think probably after a year we moved in together, and we dated for 3 years before we got engaged.
Okay.
Yep.
No, because I mean, I hear nowadays dating is a mess.
That's what
So
I
you,
hear.
so you have people that go on like day dates, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you might have breakfast with the person, you guys hang out, you have lunch together, you hang out, you have dinner together, like all in one day.
No. That's
Right.
too much.
So then what ends up happening is
No, that's too much.
in 2 weeks you're basically married. Like you done hung out so much. Right. And then you break up within week 3 because it's like, well, been there, done that. You done went through everything because you was dating all day.
Right.
And I was just like, that's too much work. I don't know if I can manage.
No. I
No.
don't blame you.
Okay. Well, not to share all my business, but I'm just I'm just saying I'm not interested in these all day dates. I'm just saying. Okay. So let me see what else. Okay, so you did mention Owen.
Yes.
How old is baby Owen?
2 years old.
He's 2.
He's 2.
Oh
He's
my
so
God.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yes. He's so much fun right now. He understands what's going on and anything I tell him, but he is connected to me. Just leaving to come here, he was screaming because
Oh,
he was
no.
left with the babies.
Okay, so we're gonna have to hurry up with the show.
I
So
know.
that deal. Well, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take a break here because clearly we're having too much fun, and I'm not watching the clock. And we're gonna have some tunes being playing. So just let you know, the show is brought to you by New You Global. Please make sure to download the app as well as SDM Live. And in the meantime, during our breaks, there will be music playing, and the music will be playing through those apps. We'll be right back. Yeah, that was you doing this? That was my cue, right? Huh? You giving me new clues now? Okay, cool. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, okay. So, yes, I don't know how to do this. This thing doesn't work right. Hi, Facebook Live friends. Okay, so the goal for this next break is to talk to leeway into what you're doing now, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, this is my son. I'll be listening. And then, and then we'll talk about that to the extent, to the extent that is appropriate, because I understand that everyone has rules and regulations and what things they can share and what things they can't about their jobs or what they're doing, right? Okay. And then we'll take another break, and then we will talk about, if you can, refrain from talking about it, all of it in the second section, but like favorite products or most popular.
After the next break, the favorite part or this part?
The next one.
Okay.
But that's okay.
No,
It'll
it's
just
fine.
all
I'm
work
just trying
itself.
to
I
follow.
know, but it will work itself out.
Okay.
So no pressure. You don't have to try to can your answers so that you don't talk about what's going to be in the next section. That's okay. And then the last part will be how people can reach you when they're interested in any of these products that you
Okay.
Okay? That's the plan.
Okay.
But I didn't get to say that to you before we started.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, snap. She probably doesn't know where we're going.
Well, no, you emailed me. I had asked you. You emailed me, so I could get prepared a little bit.
I'm saying, I don't remember.
That's okay. You don't have to remember.
At this point in the game, I'm realizing I actually need to use more technology because I realize I can't remember as many things as I thought I could before. Before I can focus on one case for so long that it becomes second nature to me. Well, when I am working on, like, let's say 50 cases at a time, it's almost impossible for me to remember every small thing for each person's case. And it kind of sucks because it's like, oh man, I feel like my memory's running out. But it's not that my memory's running out. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
And I need to now refer to this technology to help me remember. Like, I hate when someone calls. It's like, well, can you refresh my memory? What were we talking about? That sounds so bad.
You want, as a client, you want to
Yeah.
feel like you're number one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, snaps. But, like, if I'm in the car and I talk to you, what I'm supposed to do? Pull over on the side of the road and write notes?
Right.
But I might have to start doing that because if you call me back a few days later, I'm like, well, can you refresh my memory? Like, that's bad.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
wonder if there's a way you could record.
I don't like
That
it.
you could go back and write notes.
You
Just
can't.
If you're on the phone.
You can do that.
You just don't like it.
I don't re-listen to my voice because
Your
how I
voice
sound
always
to me.
sounds-
Yeah, how I sound to me isn't how I sound. So, like, there's a app called Google Keep. And so with Google Keep, you can actually record notes. So then you
Okay.
can go back, right? Or like Google Voice, you can actually be able to press a button and record the call. So if there's particular things you want to hear back from that call to pull out like as notes, you can do that. I just got a problem listening to myself talk.
You need an assistant.
You see what I'm
And
saying?
they can listen to your talk, and you don't have to do it. And then they can write the notes and give them to you.
See,
There you go.
that's it right there.
I just-
That's the plan. That's a solid plan right there, Gloria.
It's just so simple.
Yeah, who knew? Until you start breaking down a business and you're like, well, wait a minute, am I going to pay my rent or theirs? And that's when it becomes real. Like, can you actually, you may want assistant, can you afford them?
Can you get an intern that you don't have to pay?
I'm working on that. I'm not going to say no. I'm going to just say there's that one thing that I probably need to be working on. Is an intern. Well, I have a legal intern, and
Okay.
he's so dope.
Really?
Yeah, he actually he currently goes to the law school I went to.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
he's pretty dope. But he's in finals this week, so I'm out on my own. he
Oh,
still has
no.
exams, so I have to be prepared for that.
Did you see a picture?
No, that he is so. It did look out. Oh my gosh, he is so cute. I like his eyes. Makes me want to stare at them. It's like, what's going on? Yeah,
Yes.
that's so cool.
That stinker.
That stinker. No, that's not true. He's good.
He is good. He's a good baby.
Or are you just saying that?
No, he's actually really good.
Okay.
His personality's coming through. Like, you know, if he doesn't like something and he starts crying, he stomps off to his room. And it's kind of funny and cute because
he actually
stomps. To his room.
Oh, excuse me.
Then he goes and sits on his rocking chair.
Oh,
That's a good
okay.
place for you to be. You come on out.
Little grown man, his
Settle
rocking
down.
chair. Excuse me. Okay. As long as you're not tearing nothing up, go ahead and
That's
sit
right.
down.
That's right.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I always find it cool because babies are like they're like young little adults almost. Because you'll see like how their personality comes out.
Yes.
It's like, well, where did you learn that, or how did you know that?
It came out right when he turned 2.
Really?
Yes, we went to see Sesame Street Live for his 2nd birthday. And he, at the intermission, he got so upset because he wanted to run to the stage to be with the characters, and he couldn't. So he laid down on the floor screaming. We had to leave because he was so upset and couldn't be with Big Bird and Ernie and Elmo. And I mean, we get him to calm down, and then he just run back. Well, we made it halfway through the show. Their big fault was having intermission.
Oh, jeez. He's just like, I'm done. Where they at? Let me see them.
But that's when it started. He never did that before.
Wow. Well, you know they say it's the the dirty twos or something?
Oh, yeah, the terrible twos.
The terrible twos.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. One day in my lifetime I'll find out.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
I think it's just because their personality comes through. It's just somebody else you have to learn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many kids you have, every one of them is different.
Yeah. That's what I always hear too. But then, you know, when you have siblings, you realize it's true. Because you grew up in the same household, right? The same environment, everything. And yet everyone has these different variations of who they are.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's pretty dope. Yeah. That makes sense. I like that approach. I'm going to have to take that one.
Yep.
Take them for who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how do you what if you don't like a character trait that, or, you know, part of his personality that's coming out?
It came from me or Chad.
That's true. Dang.
So you have to either accept that it's one of yours, or you have to be like, I never noticed it.
30 seconds.
Wow.
Person.
Does that mean you got to change who you are?
I didn't come up with it on my own.
Yeah, right. It's like, well, let me just change that point of view then and say, you just decide, okay, that's actually your dad's personality. And then you tell dad, hey, you need to cut doing that and stop doing that because he got that. All right. So we are back. Or not.
Sorry.
All right, so we are back. That's all right. And so, all right, we're here and we're talking to Gloria about life and good things that are going on in life. And so, you know, you were mentioning that you had recently moved from Atlanta.
Yes.
And now you're back, technically home.
Yes.
Right? And so, what are you doing now?
Well, I am actually working my business with Arbonne. Arbonne. Well, first, let me tell you how I got into it.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So while I was in Atlanta, one of my friends, she introduced me to Arbonne.
Okay.
And she started by having me try their skin line, which is called RE9, which I'll talk more about later.
Okay.
And I got some of the products for the whole weekend to try out. I was very skeptical. I thought my skin's gonna be so oily, like this is not gonna work. There's a lot of moisturizers and I don't need any of that. But I took it home, I tried it, and it was amazing.
Really?
My skin felt so good. It didn't feel oily, it just felt moisturized and soft and smooth. It was amazing. And I went and met up with her for coffee at the end of the weekend, and I told her how I couldn't believe how good my skin felt. And then she started talking to me more about the business and how she got into it and all of that good stuff. And I went home and I thought about it, and I talked to my husband about it, and I thought, I want to do this. Like, I like what they stand for. It's not just my skin feels great, but they're all about wellness on the inside and out. So it's not just the foods we put into our body, but it's the products we put on our skin, our shampoo, our soaps, our facial care, our makeup as women. And I just thought, I want to go out there and I want to teach other people about how to take care of their bodies.
Right.
And there's a lot of information out there and a lot of, well, a lack of information, really. And so I started doing it, and it kind of just fell into place from there. I've been using their skin line for 3 years, and I love it.
And then, so with the skin line, is it face separate from body cream, separate from...
Correct.
Because, you know, a dermatologist will tell you, for example, don't use a regular body bar soap on your face.
Right.
Although I do that all the time. But, you know, you might have just, you know, facial body companies or products separate from your body. But Arbonne does both.
They do both.
Oh.
Yes. So, yeah, they have body soap, body lotions. They do shampoo, conditioner. They have different facial lines. So the RA9 is one. They have one for like sensitive skin. They have a men's line. I'm trying to think some of the other facial stuff. Their makeup is everything.
Really?
Mascara, eyeshadows, eyeliners.
So you're trying to tell me I don't need to go to Ulta?
You don't need to go to Ulta.
Seriously?
Lipsticks. You want powder foundation. You want a cream, blush. You name it, they have it. It's
really?
awesome.
I did not know that.
Yes.
I thought it was primarily body. I didn't realize that it also included makeup.
Yes. And their makeup is awesome. I totally converted. And I mean, I don't wear a ton of makeup, but what I wear is Arbonne.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. So you tell me a little bit about how you got into Arbonne, right? And you tell me a little about the products that you use. But do you have good reviews from other customers about the product?
Yes. Yes. Okay. There are a lot of people who, when they use like the RE9 Advance, they say how their skin feels smoother. It helps. There's a under the eye cream, and it helps with the puffiness, the black circles.
Oh, the bags.
Yes.
I got those.
Yes. I think most of us do.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I noticed a big difference when I use that eye cream. They have a night moisturizer, and it just feels so good when you wake up in the morning.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know anything about their products, like what they're using in them?
Yes.
Okay.
I like that you brought that up.
Okay. I don't know if that was a setup question, and I was like, well, do you?
Yes. So, a little bit about Arbonne that will answer your question. They are a Swiss certified botanically based company. They've been around for 33 years, and they're expanding globally.
Wow.
So, like I said, they want people to know what they put into their bodies and onto their bodies matters. So, some of the stuff that we want to talk about in regards to that is, in the United States, the FDA only says 10 ingredients are banned from the cosmetic products. But in the EU, in the European Union, they ban 1,400.
Whoa.
Yes. Isn't that amazing? And the FDA only bans 10.
That's a whole lot of a difference between
Huge.
ingredients.
Yes.
Or in numbers alone.
Exactly. Now, Arbonne, they banned 2,000.
Wow.
So they're vegan, so they don't have any animal byproducts in anything that they do. There are a lot of non-animal toxins that go into cosmetics. Mm-hmm. And just a few of them that I just want to talk about that Arbonne does not put in and what those can do to your bodies or your skin.
Go for it.
So one of them is petroleum-based ingredients. These are things like mineral oil, petroleum, things like baby oil, things that are in baby oil, aquifer, Vaseline. These are found in over 95% of the U.S. personal care products.
Right.
These are banned in Switzerland.
I didn't expect you to say that. Wait, what?
Yes. And these products act like saran wrap on your skin, which means they block your pores and stop the body's ability to self-detoxify.
Wow.
And our largest organ on our body is our skin.
Huh.
So that's huge.
But almost everything has petroleum in it.
Exactly.
So how could it be clogging my pores?
It is. That's all I can tell you.
But it is. What?
Yeah.
That makes sense, though. The reason why it makes sense, your body changes every few years as well. So if you ever have, sometimes you might have a lipstick or something that you were using before and it worked fine.
Right.
And then at some point in your life, you use the same one and you have, allergic reaction.
Right.
And you're like, well, what happened? Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's literally just the products that's in the lipstick, for example.
Yes.
Like that happened to me recently. That's why I brought that.
It's at the forefront.
Can't tell. I'm still trying to figure out ways. And so, I even started trying this new lipstick that sells at Target, but it's called the Lip Bar.
Okay.
And so what it is a vegan product. And it's I guess no petroleum. I don't know, but it's working.
Well, the petroleum isn't an animal byproduct.
Okay.
So it may still have it.
Okay.
You'd have to look at the ingredient list.
Ingredient.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. Okay, go ahead. What's the other one?
One of the other one is a paraben.
Okay.
So anything that ends in paraben, methylparaben, propylparaben, butylparaben. This is a common preservative in U.S. personal care products, and it's an endocrine disruptor, which means, especially for women, it mimics the estrogen in our bodies.
Mm-mm.
Yes. It collects in the estrogen zones of our bodies. So that would be places like our uterus, our breasts, anywhere we have a lot of estrogen.
That does not sound good.
No, it does not.
And that's in some of our lotions, perhaps.
Perhaps,
or
yes.
Moisturizers.
Right. I've seen it if you're in a public restroom and sometimes they have little sprays, like the air freshener sprays, and that has had paraben in it. So then you're inhaling that, when you spray it. Yeah.
What a mess.
It is a mess.
What else you have?
Do you still want me?
Yeah, because I don't think, I didn't even know. So how many listeners didn't know this? This is so interesting.
It is interesting. I didn't know any of this until I started using their products too. The other one, sodium lauryl sulfate. You've probably seen it as SLS, and it's a surfactant in our personal care products. I've seen it a lot on shampoo bottles. It forms nitrates, and these can produce something that I can't pronounce it, but it can do a potent carcinogen.
Okay.
And then it shows that the SLS, the sodium lauryl sulfate, can penetrate into our eyes as well as our systemic tissue, which includes the brain, heart, and liver, and they can show long-term retention in these tissues. So it just hangs out in there. Not good.
Arbonne doesn't have this stuff.
No, they don't.
Right, okay, because this sounds like a mess.
It does sound
And
like
the funny
a mess.
thing about it is, if you don't know, then you literally don't know.
Right.
My brother and I were talking about this just last night. You know, on TV and on billboards and magazines, you're being filtered all this information.
Right.
So you assume, individually, you actually assume all of this is okay.
Right.
It actually takes more time and effort for you to go and research to find out. Sometimes it's better to go back to the basics of things in life.
Right.
To live longer, live better, and do better than it is all the things that you're being filtered.
Right.
But it takes time and effort to go and research that.
Yes.
But if you just put in Jargon, for example, or any lotion brand, it's lotion. You see it all the time. It's just some lotion. It'd be fine, right?
Exactly.
You don't really know what's in it, what if it's working or not. You know whether your skin is still dry or not.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
But you're not really looking from the point of view of what ingredients is inside of it.
Right.
And sometimes when you are doing that, because see, even in the supermarket, if you're reading the labels on the box, you know, some people are like, why are you looking at the labels, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it'll be the same concept on your skincare.
Right.
Right? Like, ew, why are you looking at the product? It should be fine. It's all over the TV.
Right.
Right?
Well, and I think we trust the people who make this stuff, and we're trusting the FDA that they're not going to harm us.
Right. I mean, you'd hope that that's what their jobs are.
Right.
But when you're telling me the FDA's only blocked 10 products.
Right.
And the EU blocked 1,400.
Right.
And Arbonne is talking about 2,000.
2,000. Yes.
These numbers don't make sense.
No. Why are we so far behind?
Correct. Technically, they're going to say, you know, in America, we have all the resources we would want.
Right.
Need. You have other countries that are like, absolutely not. We're screening half of your internet because you're not supposed to know all this information.
Right.
It is assumed that in America, we have the ability to go find whatever we want.
Right.
Right? So then it's your job individually to go figure out what's in this lotion and what are the side effects of those lotions versus just taking heed to what you see on the commercial in the middle of the Super Bowl.
Right. They are good commercials.
Correct. But the reality of it is maybe it's not that great.
Right.
But who would tell you otherwise? Or how would you know?
Right.
And so it's doing stuff like this, having you come on, talk about, hey, there's a product out here that doesn't have half a negative things in it that can negatively affect you and your body.
Right.
Or your personal wellness.
Right.
I'm so shocked. I just keep talking. I don't even know what to do.
It is shocking.
It is.
It is.
I'm just so confused.
Right.
How do I get some Arbonne? I need something to not clog my pores. Like, this is just a mess.
Yes.
So how can I?
You
go.
can.
Yeah.
You can go to my website.
Mm-hmm.
My website is my name. It's Gloria Steuben at arbonne.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go there, and all of our products are on there. Everything we talked about, and even nutrition stuff. They do things as far as fiber, vitamins, protein powders. Where's some of the other things?
Are these primarily plant-based?
Yes.
What?
All vegan.
What?
Yes.
Stop.
Yes.
I'm
keep
sorry.
going. Don't stop
I am not prepared for this. What are you saying?
Yes. It's all amazing. They have probiotics, teas.
I could go for some good tea.
They have a good tea.
Really?
Yeah. That's really good. And then during the holidays, sometimes they come out with a special holiday tea. They special holiday flavors for stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have any particular product that like you like the most or the most popular ones?
The skincare. That was my personal favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So the main components to that is the facial cleanser that you would use morning and night. You have a toner, which helps minimize the appearance of your pores. Then you have an intensive renewal serum, That helps hold in moisture and reduces the appearance of fine lines and helps with your skin smoothness.
Hmm.
And then we have the eye cream that we talked about earlier.
From a bags. I remember
bags,
that.
yeah.
Yes.
And then there's a day cream, and then at night, the night cream.
I
And
have
the
to
day
use
cream
all
has
of those?
SPF in it. Yes.
That's a lot of products.
But it only takes a small amount of time.
But is it worth it? From
Totally
your
worth
personal
it.
experience?
Yes, totally worth it. I've been using it for 3 years. It's totally worth it.
Does it help with acne?
There is an acne line,
Ah.
but this might help your acne
Yeah.
because maybe what you're using is clogging your pores.
Because everything is clogging my pores. I just don't
You just
understand.
put saran
The
wrap on
lotion, the oil we eating, the food, the chicken, everything just clogging the pores. Holy smokes. Okay. Well, look, we're going to take another break here. And then what we'll do is talk a little bit more about the specific lines of Arbonne.
Okay.
So we can follow up with what things we can buy.
Okay.
All right. Isn't that crazy? Are you even listening?
Huh?
He does this all the time. Are you even listening?
Mhm.
I know sometimes you be listening to music and stuff.
I'm actually writing a script for you and Ken,
A script.
a commercial script.
Oh, boom. I didn't even know. Look at you, producing and whatnot.
That's right.
No, that's crazy though. What?
It's just wrong.
It's just that you have to spend so much more time caring about yourself than you think you do. Mm-hmm. And this is what I'm discovering. Like when when God told me about doing this women in wellness, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't get it. I don't even know what that means, mm-hmm. right? Because when you hear of wellness, you're thinking, is it eating better? We always hear you should eat better. Right. Is it exercise? You hear that all the time, right? And so when you're talking about we're supposed to not only eat better, but it matters what you put on your skin, mm-hmm. which is different than what you put in your skin. And it's like, wait, what? Mm-hmm. There's levels to this?
Right.
And you may say, okay, well, I'm going to eat better, but you're still trying to figure out why you don't feel better. Right. Mm-hmm. And it could be something because of what you're putting on. Right. Not necessarily in. Mm-hmm. This is just blowing my mind right now. Like, if you can't tell, because it's amazing. Like, you hear a lot of times, be mindful of how much makeup you put on your skin, right? Because you're clogging your pores. Right. But no one really talks about, is this particular product clogging your pores?
Right. What in it is clogging it?
What's in, that particular foundation?
Right.
Is that what's affecting it?
Right.
Even though you might have put on 3 layers. But then there might be, but there might be another product out here that's better for you, mm-hmm. that you can put on your 3 layers. Because, people have their routines and how they want it. Yes. You know what I mean? Yes. So if you want your 3 layers, you can do that. But here's a way to do that without these other mm-hmm. stipulations attached to it.
Right.
What? Mm-hmm. Loose powder changed my life.
Yeah.
Literally, it changed my life.
Were you using liquid before?
I didn't really use makeup so much, but you would hear all the time when you're using foundation to use the liquid foundation, mm-hmm. right? Yes. And so you have people I'm watching those videos even on Facebook when the person is, doing a full face of makeup. It's like 10 layers. It's like one day it looks pretty. It's like 1 layer, 2 layer, 3, but most of it is liquid. Mm-hmm. And so I found loose powder and I was like, oh my gosh, it can give me almost the same thing. Mm-hmm. And because I don't do that much, it'd be like, brush on something and boom, we're ready to go. Mm-hmm. But I still didn't realize that there's still additional levels to it. Like I said, the dermatologist told me you shouldn't be using bathing soap on your face. Mm-hmm.
Right. After this, we can go to your commercial and come back.
Okay. And I was like, what are you talking about? This is normal. If I can put it on my body, why can't I put it on my face? And she's like, no, your face is different. It's more sensitive. It has its own, structure. You can't just be using that. And I was like, really? You don't say. It's just oily skin. Just but there's truly, levels to this, right? You're just kind of blowing my mind right now. I was telling my brother, like, you're going to either pay on the front end or you're going to pay on the back end.
Yes.
So you're going to pay up front for better living, better eating, better products. Or you're going to pay on the back end when you sick. Mm-hmm. And now you need additional medical care for whatever that is. It may not be skin, it may not, but for whatever.
Right.
On the back end, now you're paying an enormous amount of medical bills.
Right.
But either way, you're going to cough up money for your health.
Yep.
Farm to table is so expensive here. You go to other countries and it's so cheap. Right. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
It doesn't.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like weird.
A Big Mac is nothing.
$2 or less.
You can't get some of the vegetables.
No, the salad $10. Wait. Welcome back. So we're still talking to Gloria a little bit about Arbonne because she's kind of blowing my mind with these products and how many things I need to buy from her to feel better after this show.
Happy.
That's just me personally. It's not a sale pitch to the listeners, but the fact that a lot of these items are plant-based actually means something.
Yes.
There's a source to go back to. You can say, oh, I know what that is, or I know I've seen that before, even if it's in the supermarket, versus some products that you've never heard of, you can't pronounce, you don't know how to spell it, you don't know how to tell someone what it is, and you're hoping that it works, right? So before we went on break, you were telling me that there's a skincare line, there's a makeup line, there is a men's line, right? Yes. What else is there?
There is a body care line. So we have lotions for your body, body soap. There's shampoo. There's conditioner. There's a whole nutrition line. And there's some of this. We have protein powders, vanilla, chocolate. They have not only the enormous bags you can buy, but then there's like the little individual ones for like on the go.
Yeah.
There's probiotics. Sunscreen, chapsticks. They also have essential oils.
Okay.
There's only a handful. They just started doing that in the past year or so. But those are all. So what are really some of the most popular items you've seen, or your selected favorites would say? My selected favorites. I like the protein powders. I like to use them when I make smoothies. They have one that's not flavored, so you could put it in like your spaghetti sauce or some other food you're making, and that's pretty popular.
I like that because I don't eat meat. I eat seafood sometimes, but I don't eat meat. And so the question really becomes is what's the best way to get protein? Right. Most protein powders have flavor in it.
Yes.
So then you can't have cookies and cream in your spaghetti. So no. That's not going to work. But I like that this one has no flavor. Yes. And
going off of that a little bit, there is a program that Arbonne does, and it's called 30 Days to Healthy Living. Now, you can shorten it to whatever you can handle, 7 days, 10 days, 14 days, but it is a resource to, it's a resource to have support online. So you say, hey, I want to do this, and your name gets added to this Facebook group, and you have accountability, and you get some recipe ideas. Ooh. So I've gotten some recipe ideas to use with the protein powders, even the flavored ones, to make muffins. Yes, and they are good. They're really good. Oh, wow. Yeah, desserts that don't have sugar in them, and they're just satisfying. So that's nice. Yeah. But yeah, so this 30 Days to Healthy Living, it is created to help your body heal. So, we put in a lot, a lot of people eat gluten. Yes. And this is a program where you would get rid of that for the most part. Rice is on there. But you would kind of eliminate that. You're going to eliminate dairy. You're going to eliminate some of the big, your eyes are getting so
I
big.
need that in my life. Like, yes.
That's how I feel. It was hard to cut it out. And I only did it for 10 days, and it was really, really hard.
Did you feel better, though?
I didn't realize it till I started putting that food back into my diet. Then I realized what made me feel bloated, what made my skin break out. So then I was like, okay, I'm not going to cut it out entirely. I like cheese. I'm not cutting that out entirely.
Yeah, because you do, like, you have carb withdrawal. Like, if you like, if you just go, completely cold turkey, like, you start freaking out. Right. That has happened to me.
Yes, it's hard. It's really hard. And I mean, you can slip up or whatever, but the point is to try to come back on track and give your body a chance to kind of eliminate all the toxins from your body and just stick with the basics. Fruits, vegetables, protein, do spices, and just eat probably how your grandparents ate.
Right.
And then introduce the stuff back in at the end and see how it makes you feel. And then you can decide if you still want to eat that or just not eat as much of it or just say, I'm going to eat it anyway, but I'll detox again in a few months.
Yeah, that usually happens too.
Exactly.
Okay. So with the body care line.
Yes.
Are there any products that are like the most popular ones you would recommend?
I can just go by what I like. Okay. So I like the body gel. So I use that in the shower. Okay. And then they also have one that, is a hand soap for, near your kitchen sink or whatever. And I like their lotion too afterwards. I would definitely recommend those.
Okay. And you did mention men, and even though it's a little bit of woman and wellness, there are listeners that are men.
Hey, man.
And since you're not a man,
right?
Do you know of any preferred products in the men's line?
They have a facial care line for men.
Oh. So
it still has the basics like the RA9 does, the cleanser, the moisturizing cream, but they also have, I think, a shaving cream. And then I believe they also have an eye cream in their line.
Because men do get bags under their eyes.
They do. That is true.
They get tired. They might be strong, but they still get tired.
That's right.
That makes sense. Okay, all right. I do like that recipe thing, though.
Yes.
Oh, I do have a question for you. Is it possible to get samples? Do you do pamper party? Like, how do you get Arbonne products?
Yes. So I could, or any consultant, but we can give you samples. But what I would suggest is ordering something you want to try because you have 45 days. If you don't like it, as long as it's back to them within 45 days, you get your money back.
Say what now?
Exactly.
45
days. It's like a month and a half.
Correct.
So you really don't have an excuse to not buy it and just try it. Try it for a month.
Yeah.
And all these things are going to last you more than a month.
Wow.
But if for some reason you went crazy and used it all in a month and then you thought this was awful, you save the package and still return it and you get your money back.
What?
As long as it's within 45 days.
So I don't have... See, that's the thing I don't like sometimes. Let's say I go to Target and I buy a shampoo because I'm trying a new one. I have to buy the full size item. Not sure if it will work, won't work, if I like it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so sometimes it bothers me to buy these products because I'm buying such a large one and then I'm only going to try it for a time or two. And if I don't like it, what I do with the rest? I basically have to toss it. Here, though, you're telling me I can return it if for whatever reason the shampoo doesn't go well with me and my skin.
Exactly. You have nothing to lose.
What?
Try it. Yes. And we do parties. So whoever your consultant is. Like if I was working with you, you say, hey, I want to get 2 of my girlfriends or 10 of my girlfriends, whatever the number is, or just one. And I will come to your house and bring my supplies and we can try out whatever it is you want to do. Skincare, makeup, nutrition, and we just go through it all and you can try it out. It's simple. Yeah.
I don't know what to say. It sounds like it's too good to be true, Gloria.
It does sound that way.
It
but
does.
It's awesome.
Is it very expensive? Something like
It costs more than what you're going to get at a Target or CVS.
Target ain't working.
Exactly. And this does last a long time. Like you get the RE9 Advanced. The bottles are not huge, but you're not supposed to use a lot. You're using a pea size amount. So when I get my bottle, it lasts me 3 months. Maybe longer, maybe 4 or 5. It just depends on how much you're using at the time.
So then that doesn't sound expensive. That sounds like a bargain.
Then when you break it down, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Because in 5 months, I'd probably went to Target once or twice.
Right.
To go get that same item. You know what I mean?
And you can sign up as a preferred client. So you pay a yearly fee, just a one-time yearly fee, and then you get 20% off all the products for that whole year. And then there are other, advantages. You get a free product when you sign up. Sometimes, depending on how much you spend, you could have free shipping. So there isn't a lot you're going to lose if you want to try it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, okay, do you have reviews like from other clients or friends or family that are like, yeah, this product is like legit?
Oh, yeah.
Could you just be biased because you're selling the Arbonne or a consultant, I should say?
Yeah. I don't think I'm biased. I know enough people, not even my clients, but just other people, and they all really like it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you haven't had that many bad reviews?
No.
If any at all?
No. I haven't.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep. Okay. And so, I don't know what to say. Okay. And so, one more time, if we're looking to buy this product, how can we do that?
You can go to my website, gloriasteuben@arbonne.com. And then if you just have questions for me, you can email me, and that's at gloria.steuben@gmail.com.
How do you spell stupid?
STUB as in boy, EN.
Wow, that's deep. Okay. So what we'll do is take one last break, and then we'll close out.
Okay.
I don't remember if did we max out the break? Really? Huh? I'm not listening. Ha! So I did it right. Where's Katrina? She be cueing me. Oh my gosh. She's feeling okay? Is she okay?
Yeah, she had to finish up some of the book that she writing, and what else? It was something that she had to do on the computer. So this is the only time she get to the window she get to do it.
She has time to do so many things, huh? So Katrina is usually who tells me when to take the break.
Oh. Yes.
And when to wrap up, she be like, oh, okay. So then I'm supposed to be winging it. I'm like,
your
okay.
girl.
Yeah, like, wait, what's happening here? She's not supposed to have a life, huh? Yeah, she's not supposed to have a life. Like, who does that? No, I just need, a good 1 hour of her time, Is that so unfair? Yeah. Once a week, every Tuesday. No. But what do you think so far?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told him about y'all doing y'all show over there. We start Monday.
This Monday coming? I didn't know that.
that.
I kept asking. Nobody told me.
He said, okay, cool.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's what's up.
As far as I told him about the video show. The video.
Mm-hmm. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay,
He said
ay.
it was. He said somebody came in here and stole $6,000 worth of a New Year drink.
No.
He said they've been selling the drinks for a whole year, and he got them on videotape.
No.
The killer part is that it's one of his employees. They don't know it,
Oh my
but it's one of the people that he have
That's terrible.
crazy. I think they probably over there now. They don't even know it. It's crazy.
Sad. Trust people.
It's always look when they made these phones and stuff. There's always eyes watching you. So why do crazy stuff when you know somebody gonna be videotaping something?
Because back in the day, it was normal. It was okay. Because back in the day, it was okay to do things because nobody was watching.
Nobody's watching
But
you,
you
everybody
always
watching you now.
assume, but people
Everybody
still
watching.
think that nobody is still watching. The other day, I was looking for something to eat, talking about, man, I'm hungry. And the phone started popping, the phone is locked, and it starts listing the foods that's nearby. And I said, wait, what? The phone's, I'm not looking up anything. I didn't ask Siri. I'm not looking up anything in maps.
Always listening.
Then you get on Facebook, then you see.
And I was like,
Yes.
I did that before.
I
I
said,
was
well,
like,
wait a minute,
whoa.
what's going on here?
The,
And then they're going to tell you,
algorithms-
they're going to tell you you consented to it, right?
Right.
But the problem is, you're consenting without necessarily knowing.
Okay. Right, without knowing.
Right.
Without
You just,
your knowledge.
yeah, because you just select agree for the software update because you ain't got no choice.
That's crazy.
Right, isn't that? Oh my God, it freaked me out. It totally freaked me out.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's your song? Why are you singing? Ooh. Wonderful. All right, so we're back. We're about to close out the show, but I wanted to give Gloria an opportunity to share any recommendations you have or advice you can give anyone about Arbonne.
You know, I don't have an Arbonne recommendation.
Okay.
I just think everyone needs to go home and look at their products.
Mhm.
Look at the ingredient list. After we talked about some stuff, maybe you see some things on there we haven't talked about and look it up and see if that's something you want to put on your body. And then you can decide, do I want to try something else? Do I want to try a product that doesn't have any of this stuff in it? And see what it does for my skin, for my health, for my well-being. And then you can make the decision for yourself.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because you put it back on the person
Yeah.
to decide what they think is best for them.
Right.
So this is part of the reason I wanted to do this type of show in the first place, was really giving information. You can't make educated decisions without having the information to make that decision, right? And so up until this point, we probably wouldn't have even known about Arbonne, because isn't it more of a European company?
They're based in the U.S.,
Okay.
but they go by the European standards.
Got it. All right.
Yes.
And so without necessarily seeing a commercial like some of the bigger products,
Right.
you wouldn't necessarily know that this is here, right? And so the goal of the show then is to provide information to the listeners to say, hey, there's other options. Look it up.
Yep.
Try it. See if you like it. Here's a resource. If you do like it, call Gloria. Email her. Go to the website.
Right.
Do whatever you need to do. But now there are additional options than just going to Walmart.
Right.
and just
Shipped
buy.
right to your house.
Right. Exactly.
You don't even have to leave your front doorstep.
I like that. Perfect. So one last time. Okay. What's your website?
Gloria Steuben, S-T-U-B as in boy, E-N, Arbonne.com. Or
Oh, wait. Spell Arbonne.
A-R-B as in boy, O-N-N-E.
Okay.
Or my email address for questions, gloria.steuben@gmail.com.
Perfect. So, Gloria, I just wanted to thank you for coming on the show. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. I learned a lot about how I need to start reconsidering what lotions and my makeup situations because I need a little more vegan and plant-based products in my life. I'm just saying, that's just for me. But for the audience, we will be back next week, same time, same place, Tuesday at 6 p.m., and we'll continue with our wellness products. Until then, take care. See you next week. I'm supposed to do